Hello. It has been a while since I made a video. It is now November. I think my last video was in July or August. My apologies. Basically, once my kids came back home for the summer after being with their dad, I just did not know how to function and still make videos and teach and work full time and all that stuff. So it's my first video in a long time. But with that, hello to anyone that may or may not have viewed a video in that long gap since the last time I posted. Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Deanna. So the reason I wanted to just jump on real quickly today, I wanted to talk about gogokid. So, as many of you know, I'm with Q Kids and I'm with gogokid. I was with Say ABC for a small portion. I did one contract with them, and then I realized it just really wasn't a fit for me. A lot of people still love Say ABC, but it just didn't really fit my personality and lifestyle, so I had to let that one slide. So at the moment, it is Q Kids and gogokid. That may or may not change. I've got a couple applications out there in the works, but no news on that yet on any front. So right now it's two companies. I do have a full-time job, so I go back and forth between the should you just chill out, work the two jobs you have on the side plus your full-time job, and oh, by the way, you have children, like calm down. And then on the other side of me, I'm just like, oh, but you have all these goals you need to meet, and you need to maximize your availability, and you never know, one company might be busy but another one's slow, and it's basically diversifying your options, right? Um, so at the moment it's two. It may go to three, it may go to four, it may stay two. I don't know, but Q Kids and gogokid, I'm very firmly in both camps. So I just wanted to jump in. Why am I still with gogokid? I don't know if any of you who are either teaching or are researching, you may or may not heard some negative things about the company. I have been with gogokid since June. I was within the first 100 teachers hired. So I'm going to take you down memory lane. So I started with them the first week of June. I think my contract date was June 8th or something like that. Like I said, I was within the first 100. So it was still very, very in its infancy. I believe they started doing beta testing with a small group of 12 teachers around April or so. So still very new by the time I had signed up. Um, and at the time they had, which they still have, you teach 3 classes within 30 days, you get a $300 bonus. Also, you have to teach 3 classes within 30 days and no negative feedback. This is the catch to get the $300 bonus. The other thing that drew me was their peak time subsidy, where you get paid 60% of your base for any slots that you have open between 7 to 9 p.m. Beijing time that go unbooked. So basically, it was like an incentive for you to open slots, if you will. So since the company was new, they didn't have many students at the time. Some teachers got on and got booked right away and didn't have problems and were able to kind of create a base of students, if you will, and started teaching cores. And they had a business from go-go from the jump. Some, like me, did not have that experience. I think I went about 3 weeks before I got my first class. And then I got maybe like 4 in that week. And then I went like another 3 weeks before I got another one. Then I went maybe 6 weeks with nothing, smattering of classes, another 4 weeks with nothing. So it was just very hodgepodge. I don't think I had anything for the month of August. And October, I may have had 1 or 2 classes. So that's been my experience for the beginning of gogokid. It was just kind of like, it was here in the background, but I just taught so sporadically that it didn't hurt to be here, but I wasn't super pumped or anything about it. Then comes October, and with October came some contract changes. My contract was set to be up, I think it was so 6 months would be in December. So my contract was going to be up 2 months after these contract changes. Some of the other teachers were newer, so they had just signed their contract and, their 6-month contracts. So with the changes, here's what's new. Anyone that is hired with gogokid at this point forward, which it's now November of 2018, there is no peak time subsidy anymore if you are on a new contract. In late September, they reached out to all of the current teachers and said, hey, here's an option. You can either go on the new contract and have no subsidy, or you can stay on your current contract, which has subsidy. But they did they have a thing called a credit score, which as you teach classes, you build up your credit score. When you hit 110 points, you receive a 10% bonus, a 10% raise, if you will, on your class rate. When you receive 120 points, then from that point forward, you have a 25% raise. So you could earn up to 125% of your base pay, which is a big draw, again, for a lot of people, which they still have that. They still have the credit score. But something that was in the old contract was if you didn't have a booking a week, at least one booking per week, you lost 5 points. That doesn't sound like a big deal, but in order to earn 1 point, you have to teach 3 classes, or you have to get one 5-star review. Which reviews, even teachers that are very good and book a lot, what I've seen, average rate is maybe 10 to 25% classes you'll get reviews. So you kind of have to teach a lot to even get one review. And that's assuming that you're a really good teacher, which let's just say for the argument's sake, everyone's great. So like I said, that contract change was you could either let go of subsidy or we'll take away that 5-point penalty for non-bookings. So everyone was given the option. You can stay on the old contract, go on the new one. I chose to go on the new one because I wasn't getting booked consistently. And at the time, I think I had maybe like 105 credit score, not super high. And I was just like, listen, it's going to take me too long to get that back. And you have to be above 100 for any incentives that they offer in general. So I was just like, I'll just go to the new. It's not going to hurt anything, whatever. So that was October 31st. I signed the new contract. I'm on to the new. There's no more subsidy, which honestly, I work a full-time job, and I'm Eastern time. So I have to be at work at 8. I'm usually up and dressed by 6:50 to get my kids together. I can't really work peak time hours during the week. I could do them on the weekends, and that was really it. So I wasn't really losing out on a ton of subsidy by going to the new contract. Some people were, but not me. So I decided I'll go to the new contract. It's fine. Come November, so now we're November, we're 2 weeks into November. Holy bookings. They got a huge push in students this month. And it's not, some people try to conspiracy theory it about, oh, it's because you signed the new contract, so you gave up subsidies, so now they're finally giving you students. No. I've seen so many people that were not booked that are either on the old or new, both contracts, who've seen an increase in bookings. It's pretty much across the board. A lot of people who literally have not been booked since they started in June. I mean, there's some of the groups that I'm in, they're teachers that started in June and have not had one. Let me take that back. They may have been booked, but not had a student show up because there's a lot of cancellations, I'll be honest. So it's like bookings have increased dramatically. And not only that, kids are showing up. When I first started again in June, July, everything I'm seeing on the message boards is that the cancellation rate was really high for trials because it's a new company. So it's 90% trials compared to cores. They're trying to sign kids up. But then a lot of people either no-show or cancel 24 hours prior, which you still get paid. You just don't get to pay your full rate for a cancellation or a no-show. Well, like I said, I've been getting booked a lot these past 2 weeks, and I've been teaching a lot. I think I've had, actually, I'm going to look at my schedule while I'm talking to you so I can be accurate. Look at my class history. Yeah, this week I've taught 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've taught 5 classes since Sunday, and I've had 2 no-shows. I have 5 classes scheduled just for tomorrow. 1 at 3 a.m., 6:30, and then 2 tomorrow evening. I think 8 and 9:30 p.m. So why the sudden rush of students? Well, they just sent out an email to all of us. I guess there's something similar in China to Black Friday that we have here in the United States, and it's called like 11/11, November 11th. And a lot of retailers and businesses, post these big sales. It's like a big shopping window. So that's, I guess, the explanation for this huge increase in students. So they've been asking us, please open your slots, please open your slots. So it's been great. So I probably am close to getting my 120 credit score by the end of this month, hopefully. And I'm sorry, I just heard my children screaming outside my door. I'm trying to ignore it because I'm just going to wrap this up in like a minute real quick. But anyways, all this to say, I've had great success with gogokid the past few weeks. And in general, I look at gogokid this way. There's no minimum. Now that they've gotten rid of the 5-point deduction in the new contract. So, yeah, there's no subsidy anymore. That's gone. It's gone away. Sorry. But also, there's also no penalty if you don't book. So if you want to go on vacation, you don't want to open anything, don't open anything. There's nothing lost. If you want to open stuff in the middle of the night and teach, you can. So honestly, that's what I love about gogokid is the flexibility. I can open slots whenever I want. I can close them whenever I want. Now, is it still a new company with some hiccups and some things along the way? Absolutely. Like, I'm not going to try and spin this for anyone. Plenty of people are having issues. It's just, it is what it is. It's the nature of the beast. But from what I've seen, again, from my personal experience, I have had 5 paychecks. One was incorrect. I emailed them about it. They fixed it. Some teachers have had more problems. Some people have had 0 problems. Like, it runs the gamut. But the overarching of what I've seen, most people don't have issues. Of those that do, they are resolved. So with that said, I think gogokid is an excellent option. I just wanted to put that out there for anyone who is considering applying for them. Why I'm still with them, almost 6 months later, because come December, first week of December, it'll be 6 months for me. And honestly, right now I feel really positive about it. It's picking up steam, getting more students. Hopefully, I'm thinking by summer next year, it's going to be, full steam ahead. We're going to be at the races. I'll have some core students that are booking regularly by then. It's just a waiting game and a patience game. To me, this is like the benefit of if I had been one of those early teachers with VIP Kid, seeing where it goes from where it started. So, I'm still with VIP. I'm still with, not VIP. Forgive me, I'm tired. I'm still with gogokid. I plan to be with them for the foreseeable future. I think they're a great complement to being with QKids. And yeah, so far so good. Everything's going well at the moment. I'm happy. Hasn't been a smooth sailing, hasn't been perfect, but what else can you say? It comes with the territory. So I'm going to wrap up. That's it. That's all I wanted to jump on right now and say, why am I still with gogokid? And that's why. Why not? Long story short, at the end of the day, why not? All right. With that, I'll bid you adieu. Until next time. Bye.